Why is the Soviet Union so powerful? The Soviet Socialist Republic became a superpower in the 20th century mainly due to its strong industrial foundation, excellent military strength, advanced technological capability, rich resources and geographical advantages, and its unique ideology and cohesion. With all these factors combined, the Soviet Union quickly rose to the top of the world after World War II. Under the centralized and unified leadership of the Soviet Communist Party, the Soviet Union achieved the maximum transfer of human, material, and financial resources across the entire country. In 1929, the Soviet Union established a policy prioritizing heavy industry. After just 2 5-year plans, the Soviet Union's industrial output exceeded that of Germany, the United Kingdom, and France, becoming the highest in Europe and the second largest industrial powerhouse in the world. By 1937, the Soviet Union already had strong basic industries such as metallurgy, chemical engineering, and mechanical manufacturing. The driving force behind this high-speed industrialization process was its highly centralized planned economic system. The country allocated resources through planning directives to areas considered crucial to national strength. The greatest advantage of this model was its extraordinary mobilization capability. Once a major task was determined, resources from all over the nation could be rapidly concentrated toward one goal. In the 1950s, the Soviet Union further developed advanced industries such as modern nuclear energy, wireless electronics, precision instrumentation, and aviation. Research from Cambridge University shows that the Soviet economic mechanism could concentrate the best resources, materials, and manpower on the mass production of military products, without worrying that market forces would disperse them. This capability allowed the Soviet Union to quickly achieve major accomplishments and gain corresponding global influence. The second major pillar of the Soviet Union was its strong technological innovation. This nation, which once lagged far behind Western Europe in science and technology, transformed from a learner to a global leader within just a few decades. The Soviet Union built a unique nationalized technological system of political, military, engineering, and scientific education. This system was directly led by national authorities and formed a strict top-to-bottom control and rapid feedback chain. Its operational mechanism was extremely efficient. Political leaders set research directions, military needs drove technological development, industrial departments transformed research results, scientific institutions focused on breakthroughs, and the education system produced skilled professionals. No part of this chain was disconnected. In 1929, the Soviet Union established the Soviet Agricultural Science Institute. That same year, the Soviet Central Committee passed a resolution to build the world's most advanced aviation industry as a top priority. This led to the establishment of the nation's 2 largest design centers, laying the foundation for the rapid expansion of aircraft manufacturing and aviation. By the 1950s, the Soviet Union made major breakthroughs in fundamental scientific fields such as nuclear physics, and its technological system was extremely efficient in meeting national requirements. In 1954, the Soviet Union built the world's first nuclear power plant. In 1957, it completed the world's first modern ballistic missile and successfully launched the first artificial satellite. The widespread improvement of education provided a strong foundation. When Soviet leaders realized that national development required a massive number of skilled professionals, a powerful educational revolution began. In August 1930, the Soviet Union announced its first compulsory education system. From 1933 to 1937, more than 20,000 new schools were established, equivalent to the total number built in Russia in the previous 200 years. By 1939, literacy rates reached 97%, virtually eliminating illiteracy. Since the time of Peter the Great, Russia had emphasized training specialized professionals. In the early 18th century, schools such as the Moscow School of Mathematics and Navigation produced talents in arithmetic, shipbuilding, aerospace, and architecture. By the 1950s, the Soviet Union's talent training system had reached enormous scale. There were 836 higher education institutions across the country, with 7.76 million students. Notably, higher education in the Soviet Union was not only large in scale. By 1937-1938, The number of Soviet college students exceeded the combined total of students in the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, and Japan. The country focused on cultivating students in German and Japanese studies, physical education, American studies, broad education, and strong communist moral training. This education model produced a massive number of high-quality professionals for Soviet development. The Soviet Union's military advantage was built on a structurally militarized economy. Leaders like Stalin and his successors placed extreme emphasis on military power. This resulted in structural militarization. Under the central planning system, the Soviet Union was able to focus the best resources in the world on military development. This allocation of resources led to major technological military breakthroughs. In 1949, the Soviet Union successfully detonated its first atomic bomb. In 1953, it detonated its first hydrogen bomb, breaking the U.S. nuclear monopoly. By the 1950s, the Soviet Union not only competed with the United States in nuclear weapons, but also achieved enormous scale. According to a 1983 analysis, Soviet nuclear missile accuracy had significantly improved, and its powerful warheads gave it the ability to destroy most targets with ease. However, this structural militarization came with serious problems. The national economy became overly dependent on military industry. Consumer goods were neglected for decades, and living standards grew very slowly. Socialist ideology and the political system formed the core of Soviet soft power and served as an important source of national cohesion. As the world's first socialist country, the Soviet Union once represented a new path for human society. In its early years, socialism was not just ideology. It was a blueprint for building a new society. Inspired by these ideas, the Bolsheviks united the public and intellectuals, fueling the revolution. In the 1930s, the Soviet Union launched the Stakhanovite movement, which significantly improved labor productivity, created massive material wealth, and fostered a positive cultural atmosphere. Soviet literature also reached a peak. Works such as Gorky's The Artemonov Business and Tolstoy's The Road to Calvary left deep international influence. On the world stage, the Soviet socialist model attracted many developing countries. After World War II, when national liberation movements surged, the Soviet development path provided new independent nations with an alternative to the Western model. As scholars noted, socialism in the Soviet Union was both soft power and hard power. It represented not only an ideological system, but the entire structure of politics, economics, culture, and social life. When the first man-made satellite crossed the night sky, Soviet influence reached unprecedented heights. By 1957, the Soviet Union had nuclear weapons, intercontinental missiles, artificial satellites, leading industrial output in Europe, and abundant technological talent. The powerful Soviet Union functioned like a state-designed machine. Its engine was a highly centralized political and economic system. Its fuel was the labor and sacrifice of its people, and its navigation system was socialist ideology. Its final product was national strength and global influence. At its peak, this machine demonstrated astonishing efficiency and power.